I can't imagine why I'm feeling nostalgia for the Unicron trilogy lately, but that nostalgia led me to reobtain one of the best figures from Armada, Tidal Wave. Even through the curmudgeonly, "Wah, Armada is trash" days of my youth, I recognized that Tidal Wave was something special. He's not an overly complicated figure. Like most Armada designs, he's actually quite simple. But simple doesn't mean bad. In fact, in Tidal Wave's case, he was a fun figure to play with. Tidal Wave is actually composed of 3 smaller aquatic vehicles, known collectively as the Dark Fleet. Like other characters that can separate into different alt modes, there isn't much explanation into how that actually works, but as a toy, it's pretty darn cool. We have a battleship, an aircraft carrier, and a troop transport. Each component had its own little gimmick, as was the norm for Armada designs. The battleship had rotating cannons on top. I loved these things as they were wonderfully sculpted, and their size helped contribute to the illusion that Tidal Wave was a lot bigger than he actually was as a toy. The aircraft carrier was probably my favorite back in the day. It had a little platform you could raise up to launch Tidal Wave's companion minicon, Ramjet. Sadly, I don't have Ramjet anymore, so here's a Micromaster. Finally, we have the troop transport, which had these neat fold-up seats that some minicons could sit on. I promise this toy is actually fun. The Dark Fleet could merge together to form a colossal battleship that again looked ridiculous, but was still pretty damn cool. The combination sequence was fast and fun, which in retrospect is really the highlight of a lot of Armada designs. Easy to transform means faster to get to the next part of the epic story you are telling with your toys. The combined battleship is exactly what you'd expect. A mishmash of all 3 vehicles. But I love the subtle ways it all works out, like how the pontoons of the smaller battleship spread to flank the aircraft carrier. It's a really cool look and makes the whole combined form feel balanced and powerful. From Dark Fleet to Battleship mode, Tidal Wave can then form his gigantic, for the time, robot mode. To this day, I love this transformation. It's the right balance of simple and epic. The way the aircraft carrier splits to form the arms, the chest rotating to reveal the head, it all finishes with this sense of satisfaction. Even 20 years on, this is a fun toy to transform. Tidal Wave's robot mode is a hell of a design. I think the thing that impresses me most is how they took 3 different vehicles and managed to make the robot mode as symmetrical as they did. The big controversy of this figure was the non-show accurate color scheme. But even though Micron Legend Shockwave is more toon accurate, I kinda like the Armada colors better. That's probably not a popular opinion, but I like the sea green, and I think it contrasts nicely against the gray. He also sports a decent amount of articulation for an Armada figure. The arms rotate and click into some satisfying poses, though sadly he lacks knees. But I'll be honest, this comes from an era of Transformers where it was more about the fun of playing with a toy, rather than painstaking details and 500 points of articulation. So I can forgive it, because the reality is, this is a very fun toy to play with. It also inspired one of the best damn levels of what is still one of the best freaking Transformers games they ever made. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go for the new Titan class Tidal Wave. I don't usually purchase Titan class figures, but I will say I am really glad I picked this one up again. He's a fantastic toy and represents more of the good that came from the Unicron trilogy. As I get older, I've started to get over the poor quality of the show and just embrace the fun that this era had brought us. And even though it's been fantastic seeing new versions of the highlights of this line in Legacy, it's still nice to look back at an amazing figure like Tidal Wave. Still don't understand why he talked like a Pokemon though on the show.
Oh look! Another flesh creature that watches without subscribing! Seriously, it's so easy an Autobot could do it!